Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Busy, but good. So thank you for messaging me about it. And I looked at my email that I forgot the H.
That's okay.
And I'm
It
a teacher. I should be able to know how to spell things. I don't do math, but I should be able to know how to spell things.
that's okay. It happens all the time, and I nobody knows how to spell my name correctly, so that's okay. And thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, and thank you for all you know, the
No
mishap.
problem. No problem. Before we start, I'm going to introduce you two entrepreneurs. We have Haley, who is the student entrepreneur in training over at UW1 Milwaukee. And we have Maya, who is an entrepreneur. They're here to be our entrepreneur for the night.
Okay, perfect. Do you want my phone this way or this way?
I think this one is okay. Not a
Okay,
big
sure. You want to
problem.
see it?
Let's see how. Oh,
Would that
that's a
make
little bit
Oh,
better. More perfect. Thank you for asking,
yeah,
Logan.
absolutely.
Okay. I know we talked a little bit about through each episode of Finding Mr. Christmas, but before we dive into that, I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, your background in photography and how did you get into acting?
Yes. Oh man, what a long story that is. Some background about me. Oof. Um, I guess okay, I'll start with acting. So I started acting when I was 19, 20, and I was kind of a shyer kid, so I didn't really know how to go about doing it, and I wasn't comfortable with it. So in college, I took a writing class, and I had like a public speaking, and it really helped me kind of come out of my shell and be able to talk to people and not be so shy and quiet, and also things like this or just being on television in general. I fell in love with movies when I was a kid. I absolutely loved movies. It was just something that basically my whole family like was. It was it was our glue, and it was something that it was just a wonderful thing. And I was recent, or not recently. I was formerly a bodybuilder, and I kind of used that also in a way of meshing together, fitness with being on screen, and then always kind of trying to take care of myself. And oh gosh, there's I I love to knit and bake, and oh gosh, it's all there's so much.
So you like to jack about trade, you like to do pretty
Yes,
much anything.
that's it. That's a good way of putting it. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a perfect example for how my little man, a person with jack of all trades.
That's what I
I'm
thought.
gonna have to talk to Jonathan Bennett to let you back on the show. I mean, come on.
Yes, yes, thank you. Which also is actually it was very kind of starstruck in a way too. And I think I was nervous a lot of the show as well. Yeah.
Yeah, after watching the show, um, it was really good. I really enjoyed all of the episodes, and each episode, I learned more about each of the guys, and it's
Yeah.
really nice to see them to learn, to grow, and to improve on each show. Like for some, like you and Drake, and I think it was Gabriel.
Yeah.
Little bit, timid, a little bit, I know you and Drake, like the young of the whole group. So
Yes.
I get that. I understand that they're young. They have a lot to learn, but at the same time, they're talented. They have the look. They have the charisma. They have all that. Like, okay. So I want to know more about how did you hear about finding Mr. Christmas? Well, how did you get audition for it?
Yes. So I was approached through Instagram from a woman named Lindsay Lyles. She did the casting for, I think it was everybody. She reached out to me. I think it was like 5 months prior to actually auditioning. She reached out to me to see if I was, I'm not sorry, not auditioning to the show, Um, and I was kind of hesitant at first because I didn't really understand. I didn't really know what the show was until I did more research, and I was like, yeah, like I'm definitely down to audition and see if I can, be on the show. And I think it was maybe in January. It was she sent me an audition, or she sent me the the criteria for the audition. I sent in my audition, and I ended up having a phone call with a couple other people, and I didn't hear anything back for like 3 months. So it was like March before I heard any yes, no, hey, can we get some more stuff? And then it was a yes, and I was it was a fun little experiment.
Yeah, to do feel like to do when you audition for it and without hearing from anything, to like, nah, I didn't get it. I'm gonna move on. Were you surprised that you got in for the show?
I was not well, I was kind of surprised. I think just from an actor standpoint, when you do an audition, you kind of do forget about it. You just and if you hear something back, great. And I ended up hearing back, and it was a good thing.
Did you prepare? Did you rush season one to prepare yourself?
No.
No, you just run into the show blind completely.
Yes, I thought I was being smart by not watching the show because I didn't want to copy what everybody else had done, or I didn't want to have any influence from the first season. So I thought I was being smart. I was the only one that didn't watch the show.
Wow. I talked to Angel, I think like 2 weeks ago. He watched the show. He was like, okay, I know they're not going to do the same thing with that on this season, but just to get the feel for it, get the idea for it. And I'm going to be talking to Craig next week. So we'll
Oh,
see
nice.
what he thinks. But wow, how did you feel about being the only one? I don't want to say not prepared, but not, oh, I never thought season one. I mean, I just came in and just, I'm ready to go.
I definitely was. I was prepared enough to where I thought I was prepared, but I was not prepared because everybody else kind of had a gist of the game and the understanding of how everything kind of worked and ran. And I was just in the dark.
Wow, you're brave,
Yeah.
very brave. But I'm telling you, I'm a dude, and everybody else will just amazing. And you really brought in different talent, different skills, different techniques on acting or any of the star quality challenge, everything.
Yeah.
The first episode, Fashion Santa. What made you want to become a wizard Santa?
Oh man. All right. I love this because I I didn't really have an idea at first. I was kind of I didn't even have any other influence of what was around me. It was just like zoned in, focus. And I started with lights because I thought that maybe something that lit up. I didn't know if anybody else was going to. And then after a little bit, like putting things on and adding things and cutting things out, or like cutting out the light bulbs, and I ended up thinking of grabbing the hat, and I was like, okay, well, okay, very wizardy. I'm I guess the magician or the magical side, which wasn't the initial thought that I would ended up being the Mr. Magical or Wizard Santa. It was just my spin on what I would think that a a Hallmark Santa could be like, or any kind of Santa would be like in my head. And I used references of like Gandalf and like Harry Potter, and I thought if I had lights on me, I got to have lights on the hat, and then I could make this really cool idea because I had the thing in my hand and I could click it and the lights would light up. And I'm like, so like things are piecing together. I love this. And that was what it ended up turning out to be. I added the beard and the glasses last, and I was like, okay, I think this is a smart move. But then I thought about it after I did this show, and I'm like, oh, I did cover myself up.
Yeah, it was a really great. I think all of the Santa, the first fashion show, it gave me like a really great first impression of all the guys that came on the show. So kudos for that.
Thank you.
Okay, now talk about the skit scene with Janel Parrish. How did you feel when you were partners with Drake? Did you guys like work well together, try to like talk to each other, prepping for the game? And how did you feel when the game happened with Chanel? Did you feel like, oh, I should have done this way, or any mistakes? How did you feel about doing an impromptu game?
Yes, my gosh, I think just starting off with partnering up with Drake, me and him had the start of like the best chemistry of friends, and I think we just automatically were like, hey, me and you, let's partner up, and just also because we were maybe the youngest, but I don't know, we clicked very well, and prepping for it, I think when we were reading the script. And because you only have, I don't even know how much time we had. We had such little time to prepare for this, and you have to read over the script, and then you have to figure out who's who. And I think because we I was like, I was reading the one, he was reading the other, and I think it got to the hands going through the hair, and then both of us locked and were like, "That's you, sorry." Like, and going over, it was kind of nerve wracking because you do only have one take, so it's kind of you have so much confidence that maybe it can go well, but also the skiing aspect of it because nobody knew how to ski. It was kind of a just let's see what happens kind of thing. And the fact that we were with Janelle was so I knew who she was from Pretty Little Liars, and some of the other guys kind of knew who she was too. Uh, but I didn't let that deter me from doing the actual scene. I think I took it as a regular scene in an acting, just like you're on set. And when it kind of came down to it, I like the skiing part of it. Sorry, I'm low battery head going on. Um, when it comes to the skiing aspect of it, I just remembered like hearing something in the background of somebody saying pizza with the skis, and I was like, okay, that was the only thing I could remember to be able to stop. I wish I could have done the scene better, but I think it was well enough to be able to get through. And then Drake, that just sloppy fall was so great, and all I could think about was, is he okay? And me and Janelle kind of like were just locking in so much on him. And I think everybody else was just waiting for him to just clumsy around and do a thing. And I think he did a great job. He brought so much fun to it. It was a really great scene. She is a wonderful person to work with. She's so nice and caring, and we just enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, and I was watching each group and each parent from the game, and I'm like looking at the parents. I'm like, okay, that's not about the parent. But when they came to a pair between you and Drake, I'm like looking, I think I met the Jonathan, and I'm like, why did you pair up those two guys? They both have, well, aside from Rustin, but they both have great hair. So you need to have one great hair, one, I don't know, tall, shy, charisma, because you can't have both guys with great hair, even though Drake did great with the moon but everything, but it's just like, I wish we could do it over and pair Logan with someone else and Drake with someone else because each guy should have one hair, one great hair guy, one tall guy, one shy guy to balance it out. But both of you did a wonderful job, and I was
Thank
like,
you.
Drake, when he missed his mark, I'm like, get up, please, get up.
That was,
Well, it
oh
was
man,
good.
that was the run of the joke. It was so funny. But the thing is we actually, when we paired up together, we didn't have the script yet. We didn't know, any of the characters. We didn't know there was, hair stuff or anything. Yeah, I think we linked together very well because of our hair.
Definitely, definitely. All right. Episode 2. Okay. The slingshot challenge. I thought I think it could be no problem, easy. I mean, the slingshot, how hard it could be.
That's
Okay.
what we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, all these teens were drunken over there. I was like, okay, maybe it's not so easy as it looks. So how did your team manage to work out a different tactic or strategy to get a project in the class?
Yeah. So our strategy when we started off, I remember they ended up they were trying to like say, hey, like, be careful because things might, happen. So just take it easy for a minute and get a feel for it. And me and Angel were kind of the same height. I remember saying that on screen just because Drake was so tall. I mean, not Drake. Davey was so tall compared to both of us. So we didn't know because where we were holding the slingshots, if it would matter at all. And then it was just kind of flopping back, just not doing very well. So we ended up just trying to like, hey, say, hey, let's change this up. I think Angel went next, and he was doing the same thing, and then I ended up trying it as well. And it was, it also had to do with the present sizes because the slingshot was very like small,
Yeah.
so it was the way to fit the package in because it was if it was quite large, it kind of wouldn't sit in there right. So when you pulled it back, it kind of like fumbled over. And the wind, if you ended up pulling it back too far and shot it high, the wind actually was a huge factor, and it would go, and it would just take it everywhere. After we ended up getting past that very short fumble of presence. But Angel was the one who landed them. I kept shooting over. Davey was shooting under, and he hit it right in.
Yeah, that's a challenge. I was like, yay! And then of course the blue team wins the challenge, which we're gonna talk about now. The reindeer,
Yes.
Prancer. Well, I really liked how the blue team. I'm gonna pick on Craig about that next week. I really like how they did a little bit of a strategy. Like, okay, we're gonna
Oh
get
yeah.
this one. We're gonna get this one. Craig said, no, we're gonna give them exactly the opposite because that will push them to challenge themselves to come out or do better in the next challenge or the next episode if they move up. So you got Prancer, the performer.
Yes.
How did you feel about that? Did you feel like, I could do this, or were you willing to make it work with the characteristic trait with Prancer?
Well, funny enough, so right before I get into that, so we couldn't hear them strategizing by saying, "Oh, well, we should give him this and we should give him this." We didn't hear that, so we didn't know that that was what they actually were doing. So when they were handing out the names, we're like, "Oh, this fits me. This could be me. Yeah, I like this." So when I ended up getting Prancer, I thought they specifically picked out things that would match us, and I was okay with it. I loved the idea of Prancer because what was the he doesn't show up, he arrives or something like that. I can't remember. But he's a performer, like you said, and I was like, okay, I got this. No worries. I can perform. I perform Wizard Santa. I could do this. And I was happy that I got that one. I liked it, and I didn't know what the other guys were planning on doing. Uh, so when I got out there, my first instinct was like this, like I guess like more of like a proud reindeer. So there was that one scene where I'm like, like doing that, and then I took the sash thing and I was like whipping it around, trying to do all this.
It must be challenging. I know what was the first reaction when you walked out there because I know each guy would just go out there, do their part, come in, they can't say anything but
Correct.
hey, good luck, man, whatever, So how did you feel about that?
That I don't remember the like my placement when I went. I think I was like fourth, fifth. I don't remember which one I was, but yeah, because every guy came in going, "Oh my gosh, you can't just wait till you get out there," and I'm like, we're all like, what is it? Like we were. So when I ended up getting out there and I saw the crane, I was like, okay, this is sweet. I love this, and I was glad that that actually was a crane, and we got to be lifted up in the air. I'm like, let's do it.
So how did you feel? Was it difficult? Because I know the cables in between you and you're trying to like do some moves or some shots, and Jonathan or Heather and trying to direct you. So was that hard when you were up there? Did you feel like you got some good moves posting, or what did you feel like you wish you done while you were up 20 feet?
Actually, I didn't have a problem with it at all. From my I guess when I was in the harness and I got lifted up, I didn't see it as like a challenge. I didn't really feel the cables. I was just in the moments, and it didn't feel that hard. I will say though, so when right before I went, he goes, "Fly, Prancer, fly," and I jumped. I don't know why I had thought I was so hyped up that I thought they were gonna like catch me or something, and that was not the case. I just whoop, smacked down on the ground. I was like, "Oh, oops!" I just embarrassed myself, and then they like slowly lift you up. I was like, "Oh, that's how we're doing it." But
Yeah, I watched
I
every
thought
guy.
it was,
Yeah, I watched every guy and the reindeer. I was like, they did really good for portraying the reindeer given, and there's like at least one shot of every one of you that I really like. All of you did it really good, and when the final picture came out with all of the like
that was so
super
cool.
pose, it was awesome. I
I
was like,
want that poster.
holy, yeah. I know. I was like trying to think, I get a poster of paper. I want the poster. Just, it is beautiful. Just like each one of you is portrayed by the reindeer and a little bit of yourself. But my favorite one, I think my top favorite one has to be what is, a Russian. Russian.
Ooh,
And Rudolph, that Gabriel.
yeah, Gabe did
Right?
great on that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, whoa, that
I
was a
was.
really good shot, especially he had a prompt. I was like, okay, so he had to try like to make it work, but
Uh
it
huh.
turned out amazing.
I thought he did fantastic because he actually went almost like fully horizontal with the
Yeah,
lantern, and I'm like, okay, maybe I couldn't have done that. That was pretty neat. Yeah, I think everybody did great.
yeah,
And everybody, it's funny to see how when you think, hey, we're gonna do this, but you got to act like a reindeer, and nobody really like said like what they were doing. So we kind of had an idea because we like saw each other like like how I had my thing on my head and Angel had his here and I think Marcus had his on his arm and somebody had his on their belt. So like we saw like that and we're trying to get an idea of what people are gonna perform and how they're gonna do it. But it was so much different than what did like everybody did so like different of things. Like nobody did like the same thing as somebody else. It
yeah.
was
Some of the guys like really impressed and just wake up, be creative and be a little bit different. But I think Jonathan and Melissa were like impressed with all of you for
yeah.
different reasons. Oh my God, he did it. Oh my God, he did it. I think Melissa was very infatuated with Davey.
Yes.
I would too.
Davey is a star. He just I love it how he was like sitting on the couch while everybody was like working out. He's just like, I'm good. I don't need to do all this. And I didn't realize that he was sitting on the couch because I was like, I was ready to pump up. I'm like, hey, if I'm gonna have my shirt off, I'm gonna try to look as good as I can. But
I saw a little clip of everybody getting ready, push up, sit up, getting ready, right before they go out. I was like, you guys, you could be fine. You all look fine.
that's true. I think that's more of a I guess like a guy kind of thing, but also like
Yeah,
whenever I'm on set and whenever I have like a shirtless scene, it's just from like when I was learning doing like acting or learning from other people when I was growing up and watching like the behind the scenes like for instance, like Hugh Jackman, like you always want to at least look fuller or look, muscular and kind of get like maybe a little bit of a pump. And that's just I've just taken that, you know, from now on or from then on.
definitely it was perfect. I was just like, thinking I was great. I cannot see what happened to the next episode and the next episode because it seems like the challenges are getting higher, challenging, maybe a little bit crazier,
Yeah.
but that's how it is. With movies, maybe you're up in the sky or up on the roof, and you fall off the roof. So that's
Yep.
kind of the training, you call it. All right, the next episode, episode 3, I love gingerbread house, and that's one of my favorite family traditions for Christmas. Not when
Oh,
I was little, all the way up to 2 of my children. I don't know if we're gonna do it this year because they're teenagers. So we'll see how that goes. But I love everybody's unique gingerbread house and the meaning or the story behind it. Yours was more like a homey memory tradition kind of to talk about how you decided an idea for your gingerbread and how you made it to life.
yeah. That's awesome though that you have a tradition. I've every once in a while I have some kind of a tradition too where I do gingerbread houses, but it's not very often. But it's always a fun thing to do, especially when you're around family. But for my gingerbread house that I did, um, it didn't show everything. It was more of like key pointed on like the front aspect with the fireplace, and which correlated very greatly with like the photos that they had. And so the top of it that didn't actually get shown is or at least on the one side of the roof, was a ping pong table. And I have like this like what is it called, like a sour strip as like the net, and then I had a toothpick with a marshmallow in it to like do the ping pong across, and I outlined it to look like a ping pong table, as best as I could, because it resonated with me from when I was a kid all the way until like we still do it. It's a tradition of mine. We always go to my grandmother's house, when it used to be my grandparents, before he passed away. But it was always the tradition to go over there. The entire family goes over there on Christmas Eve, and we all have like the whole entire garage is decorated, and there's a ping pong table in the middle of the garage, and it's all decorated, and it has presents all stacked up from everybody in the family, and there's like 20 to 30 people there, and it's everybody brings presents, everybody has a lot of fun. After we open presents, everything gets kind of scattered out, and then we bring the ping pong table back out, and we actually just play ping pong a lot of the night. We used to do like tournaments and everything. That was something that I thought was very touching to me, just because that's what I think of when I think of that. Then we also go to the 25th, which is my dad's birthday, on Christmas, and then we go back to my grandparents, and we do kind of the same thing again. The front of where they show with the fireplace, and I have like the cinnamon sticks as the fire and the licorice as like the bricks. Growing up, my favorite thing to do, I remember when I used to go to my dad's, when we would have um, before we end up going to my grandparents, but on Christmas Day, the tree would be in the corner, and there would always have a fire, and there was a couch, and we would sit there and watch Christmas Vacation, and we would open presents right there in front of the fire, and it was just that was the thing that showcased who I was and how I grew up.
Yeah, yeah, I like all of the gingerbread houses and their specific memory or purpose of it. Yeah, so did you guys even like bother to eat the gingerbread houses after the whole, did you just like, or pick it up one by one every day like my kids, or I used to do every morning? We would pick off a candy off until parent knows, like, have you been eating something in the gingerbread house? We were like, no, what are you talking about?
And just pieces are missing. No, we didn't get to eat anything, but I think because I think they hot glued it together. I don't know how they built it because they were pre-built.
Yeah,
But
makes
I will
sense.
say we did, at least I did. I was eating candy as I was building it.
Yeah. Eat while you're making because you gotta
Yes.
eat before you set it on
Oh
hot
yeah.
glue because you don't want to eat anything with glue.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay, now the hunt backbiting, skiing. Look at it then. I mean, I know everything like I had one little mishap or challenge. So I want to talk about like what you, I mean, when you got on the horse, when you spoke a little bit of your line, you felt a little bit flustered, but you should like really smile. I'm like, okay, look, I just keep smiling. The band, don't worry about the line and the coming to the house to feel with the whole horse. Did you have an experience with the horse before? Or
Yes.
yeah,
I've I've
okay.
I've had I've not ridden horses a lot, but I've been on many horses to where I know what I'm doing, and it did not show at all. Um, when I oh gosh, I so I was telling the guys I was so confident in this. I needed to be this character. I felt like I wanted to portray this cowboy character, and I wanted to obviously like add the accent. It was just a little bit of an accent. Um, and I was like, I'm gonna nail this. I got this. I know the lines. I got this. When I got out to set, they were they were making sure everything was set up, and then right as they called action, I was walking. She says her line, and my whole time I'm running in my head. I'm going, what's my first line? What's my first line? What's my first line? And I kind of freaked out for like a moment, and I was like, okay. Then I remembered the line, like right as that, and then I think it was the action of like grabbing the reins. It felt awkward to me. I don't know why. And they said make it might feel that way. So grabbing the reins and then putting them over the horse, I this horse did it had it out for me. It did not want to it cooperate. It just kept backing up, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm thinking in my head, what's going on? Can you stop this? Can I restart? That's why I was like such a dead like silence of nothing. And I'm just like, okay. Then I finally like I got it to stop, put the thing over. Then I was able to actually because I knew my lines then, because I said my lines. Then once I got on the horse, everything was I was like, okay, I'm good. The scene I feel like I did fairly well to keep me safe. Obviously not. Um, but it is what it is. It happens. It's always going to be more of a wild card when it comes to working with animals. You never really know what to expect. You just kind of work with it, just like kind of how Angel did, because it kind of did the same thing for him, but he was more controlling with it, and knew how to calm it down and make sure that the horse was, you know, working with him. And just it is what it is.
Yeah, looking at it with that, and I know how like sometimes when you are doing it like a improv or in the impromptu game with like I don't know maybe 5 minutes to practice, know the line like typically from the these games with Chanel and Drake and the photo shoot was the really line for whatever. I know how like some people will be like, okay, I'm gonna try it this way because this cannot show the cowboy that they try to start thinking about cowboy, and once they try to do that, I feel like they're going to overdrive or overstimulate, and that will cause you to fluster or to stutter
Yeah.
or try to do something instead until you remember the line. So I kind of feel that kind of happened with you, kind of
Yes.
trying to find the moment.
Yes, and that yes, that too. So because you're supposed to kind of say what you're supposed to say while you're doing the motion of it, and I didn't get to the motion of it to say the lines, and I think that's what just really threw me off.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to stay the line and then put the wind over the horse and then you stay another line and then you get on the horse and then you go on. But
Exactly.
unfortunately, it doesn't really always go that way. You should have to do three things at the same time.
Yes, but you know what? Okay, so after watching that episode, I realized though that because Craig was right before me, and I think everybody did. I think everybody did great. It was a lot of fun just in general. But he ends up like he has trouble with the reins a little bit as well, and I don't know. I can't remember how he ended up doing it, but towards the end of like his scene, he goes behind the horse and he goes, "Oh, no, never walk behind a horse." And I think it spooked the horse before it was my turn. So I want justice, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Craig about how dare you spook the horse for Logan.
But nobody else is saying it. So I'm like, does anybody else notice? Because I noticed.
Right. That could be it. That could be it. But yeah, somehow in the future, something will get shot for Logan to another horse scene eventually in a different Hallmark
Yes.
movie or up TV movie. Who knows?
Hey, you never know exactly. Which, by the way, is funny enough. So I ended up right after that. I think it was like a week later. I did a horse scene in another movie. Nailed it. It was great.
So hopefully that one really run right. Nobody spooked the horse for you.
No, it was great. It ended up working out so well. So I'm like, why couldn't this have happened this at this time?
Okay, during your time on the show, what is one thing that you really learned for yourself or about yourself or from being on the show? What did the show bring for you?
It bring quite a bit, and I'll start by saying it's a fun show. You should have fun. Don't take it too like seriously. I think it was there was a lot of pressure for all of us, but myself, from my perspective, I think I was keen so much on I have to be perfect. I don't want to go home. I can't mess up. I can't like authentically kind of like be myself. And I remember Jonathan was like, it's like he was like trying to like calm us down, not necessarily calm us down, but like trying to talk to us in a way of like, hey, just be okay, be yourself, don't be nervous, have fun with it. It's a good experience. Like we're goofing around, we're having fun, and what it taught me about myself is that it's okay to have the nerves, and it's okay to feel that you're supposed to do good because you are supposed to do good, but don't put so much pressure on yourself to where it's like you're not gonna have fun and you're not gonna that you're gonna disappoint anyone because you're not, especially yourself. Like don't do that to yourself because it's gonna be gone in a flash. Just enjoy it, have fun with it, do make friends, have fun. And I think I use that now so much in my regular life, and that goes from when I was shy, and when I was younger too, and just always making sure that I did the right thing, or that I performed the right way to where I guess like maybe so people could like me, so I can't mess up, but just you just need to like learn to that it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from your time at the show, is there any part of the show or the challenging or partnering with the dean? Is there anything you wish to change or you wish you had like a second chance and to make it better?
um Not necessarily. I mean, obviously, looking back at it, you think, "Oh, I could have done this better. I could have done this better." I'm not harping on mistakes that happened or how anything was kind of performed, because it was in that moment, and I did the best I could at that moment. Um, I maybe the horse scene I could have improved a little bit, or just like I said, not take it too seriously. But I think um, with there being so much pressure, that I definitely kind of took it hard on myself. Um, but you get to meet all these guys, and you really do become so close with them so fast, and I just didn't want to leave. Like it just sucked that I
Yeah.
had to say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, if we think of elimination, I was like write notes and should analyze each guy, their strengths, their weaknesses, and their, oh, come on, you could have done this. And at the end of the show, at the end of every episode, I'm on the vanity bracket thing, so I got two right for the elimination. But the recent elimination was Gabriel and Logan. I'm gonna have to go with Logan on this one.
Oh
So
no.
I got points for that, but at the same time, for each episode, I feel like he doesn't deserve to go. He needs another chance. But at least they learned something from it, and hopefully they will bring whatever they learned and whatever they done, and hopefully doors will open for them because maybe you have posted a couple of movies, maybe even a Hallmark movie, but not as a leading person. Or
Yes.
maybe you could start up a podcast like Dustin and Hayden did. Fun brand. Totally.
There's yes, absolutely. Because I noticed you have a blondies on. Is that from them?
I have a brand question, a Bloomy Bear t-shirt, and I have two of their hats. So I'm OG.
Oh,
OG.
that's
I go all the way
awesome.
back when they were in Finding Mr. Christmas season one. I fell in love with them. I
Oh,
fell in love with them. As soon as I saw them, I was like, I have to talk to these guys. I fell in love with them. They're great people, everybody.
they
From
are.
season one, great people. And from season two, great people, great guys.
Thank you.
They are unique and genuine and have their own lives. Men, kids, an age, single, LGBTQ, all of it. Beautiful. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Okay. What was it like meeting Jonathan and Melissa? Did you, I know, you probably knew them before, or was it their first time meeting Jonathan and Melissa?
Yeah, it was my first time meeting both of them, and
Okay.
obviously, I've known of them for so long. You know Jonathan from Mean Girls. Everybody knows him from that, and Melissa. So when I ended up finding out it was her from like when we started the whole process of it, I was I was so excited to meet her because I've watched her in Reba for years and I love her. She's hilarious and she's
Reba, my
just,
favorite show.
yeah. I actually just watched it yesterday. I'm at the hotel right now and it was on TV. It was really great meeting them and they are exactly who you would imagine they are. They are so kind, sweet, funny, caring. They really take the time to like make sure that everyone's okay, make sure that you're present, make sure that you're involved. And it was I mean, it was just really great to meet them, and I loved working with them. And I could just sit there and talk with them all day.
Out of all the guys in the group, which guys do you feel like one? I don't know. I don't want to say the dad of the group, but I want to say like a role model or a person who guys like uh, uh, therapist, country, psychiatrist. I don't know what you call it, but what was one of the guys in the group that were really reassuring? So you feel, oh, I didn't do good at that, or I feel confident. I'm really struggling with my idea. So which of the guys that really helped the group or helped you with all of the guys in the group?
I think everybody in their own way helped out with certain people and certain like if there's like a group over here, a group over here. I mean, everybody was very caring and very helpful in who they were helping out, I guess. But I think Rustin definitely took a lot of the um, how you said like the therapist aspect because he is very knowledgeable. He's very kind hearted. You always just want to talk with him. He is a wonderful guy. And then Davey, he kind of does have that like dad persona, or like that big brother that you kind of look up to. And I think if I had to choose anybody, it would be those two to kind of have that where you look up to somebody or you just want to talk to them because they're just so kind and sweet to talk to. But everybody was like that. I mean, Gabe, Angel, like you name them all, and they were just so polite and so nice and caring. And if you think you did bad or if you think you do this, it was it was like an even playing field, but in a very like heartwarming, lifting, nice way.
Yeah, that's what I agree with the group. I like how they help each other because when I first found out about Finding Mr. Christmas season 1 of a reality show, okay, because you know how some reality shows are like nasty, dramatic, or a little bit over the top. But I trust Jonathan. I trust Hallmark, and I trust Jonathan. And I like it. It's like a healthy competition. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna be better than you. I'm gonna do this, and not bothering to help the group out. So it's really nice because, like you said, Jonathan and Melissa maybe in between take or during the challenge, like Gabriel, for example, for the dance fashion show. He was just standing there and he's like, I'm dead. And I like how each guy was like, come on, you got this, especially
Yes.
baby. And Melissa's like, come on, go on, tell us a little bit more. So how did that feel coming onto a reality show with a full-on support, full-on guidance and feedback per the challenge or feedback on a 5 minute game with Janel, Heather, Ali.
Um. Uh. Sorry, I'm trying to think of everything you said. Um. The. Uh. Sorry, it's been a long day. Can you
Oh yeah.
repeat kind of the first part that you said? Um. I can't remember what you ended up saying.
And how did it feel like coming onto a reality show with
Oh
full
yes.
support and guidance? Because some reality shows probably don't come. Look at the film I'm putting on camera. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay.
That's true. Okay, so from that aspect of it, so reality shows are all different, and I actually have never been on a reality show. It's very new to me, but coming onto it, you do have this certain first perspective of it is a reality show, it is a competition. Somebody's going to win, people are going to go home. That's just the name of the game. I think from the very start of it, when you actually get to meet everyone and everybody does like, it's not like like a hateful kind of group, and it's more of like a fun and games kind of thing. You don't see each other as a competition anymore, at least from what I thought, and it's more of like a brotherhood because you share personal stories, you get to know somebody, you get close to somebody, and it sucks when they have to leave. So it's from that. I mean, everybody is very, like you said, very helpful and very cheering, and making sure that everybody's okay, and cheering them on and making sure like, hey, you got this. Don't get in your head.
Briefly, before we wrap up to Christmas question. Okay. I saw the movie that night. Because I'm a huge fan of Jonathan Stoddard. Everything Crossroads Twins. I would watch every movie that week of him. I'm like, oh, I was texting my friend Donna. I'm like, what is that name of the movie that Jonathan had coming out? I want to watch it. She gave it to me. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching. I'm like, wait, go back. Is that Logan? Took a picture. I was like, Logan, is that you?
That
Well,
is so
how did
funny.
that happen?
I that is so cool that you saw that, because I've
Yeah.
actually had a couple messages from people saying, "Oh my god, like I just saw you in this," and I'm like, I didn't even know it was on. I We filmed that. I think it was like 2 years ago, and
Oh, really?
yeah, I
Oh
forgotten all
my
about it.
God.
I had a very like, I think it was like a couple year dry spell of acting, or maybe I took a break, and or that was when I was doing my bodybuilding. I can't remember the time frame, but that was my first movie back into like film and getting to like act again, and um, I had such a great time on that set, and Brianna was great, and Jonathan was great, and um, oh gosh, she would hate me if I forgot her name. Oh my gosh, the girl that I was
Yeah.
with.
It was a really good movie. I was like, and I'm watching that movie. I'm like, okay, he remembers his lines. He knows how to act. What happened? I'm finding Mr. Christmas. Was it like a dust bag or something? I was like, Okay, okay.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can compare them, but it's that's oranges to apples. I hopefully I know how to act. But yeah, it happened. I got casted in it, and I actually don't remember that much about it besides it being like super cold.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
But we had a lot of fun on it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was the film? Where was the located? Do you remember?
Where did we film it at?
Yeah. Think they were cold. Was it like in the winter time? Or was it like
Yes.
it was?
Yeah, I believe it had to have been in December. And we shot it mostly, at least from the scenes that I was in. I believe we shot it at a place called Camp Kern, I think, but I don't remember to tell you the truth. Yeah, because they needed a lot of land, and man, no, maybe I don't remember.
Maybe really that cold to pick it up, but they don't try to remember the line for that movie. It was that cold.
Oh no, don't make me feel bad like that. I know my lines.
But then I was like, oh my God, I'm like, taking a picture. I was like, okay, I'm going to tell you my friend, my Logan was in the movie. And it's really weird to see a movie they premiered this year. I was like, that's a good movie. I was like, oh my God, that movie was filmed 3 years ago. I was like, why is it premiered this year? It's so
Yeah,
confusing. But it was a cute movie. I really liked it.
good, good. I'm very excited to see it myself. Yeah.
Okay. What what should you theater style doing in 5 years?
Ooh. Well, I see myself continuing to climb up the ladder of acting, so to speak. I am getting married next year, so I'm very excited for that. And I just kind of just living life. I don't really look too far ahead because I like to stay present, but I see a very good, happy, healthy, good future.
Congratulations on getting married. I hope
Thank you.
the wedding planning and the wedding day goes wonderful.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Now, Christmas question. Okay. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas Vacation,
Christmas
National
Vacation.
Lampoon's. Yep.
I like Christmas Story. Christmas Vacation. Christmas Story. Home Alone.
Oh yeah,
Grinch.
Santa Claus. Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Any favorite Christmas tradition you like doing growing up, or is there any Christmas tradition that you want to start with your fiance after you getting married next year?
Yes. Growing up, actually, I come from a broken family. So my dad had one side, my mom had the other. But when I guess it was kind of a tradition, my mom would actually she would sneak up into we lived up in like the attic area, not the attic, but it's like the upper level. It kind of was like an attic, but and what she would do is when me and my brother would wake up for Christmas morning, there would be our stockings right by our bed. She would bring them up and she would set them there, and me and my brother we would have our morning wake up, and we would both like open our presents there as like an appetizer, and then we would go downstairs, eat, and then have open our other presents. And I love that. And I actually, wait a minute, I think I did incorporate that in my gingerbread house too. I think I did, but it didn't get talked about. There were so many points I talked about. Traditions that I want to do with my fiance. I think because what we do, because we always, we open presents at our home. We always do one present the night before, and just a small little one, and then we open our presents together, and then she goes to her families and I go to my families, and then one of us either goes to one of the others afterwards. But looking forward to it. I think that I'm very excited for that this year too.
I'm very excited for Christmas. I mean, Christmas is my number one and only holiday I could tolerate and celebrate. Other holidays, I don't really care. I'm like, okay, October, okay, they got October done, and I can't decorate for Christmas guys because my husband's birthday is on Thanksgiving, November 24th. So I have all of the Christmas decorations, on the bottom of my basement stuff. I told my husband November 25th midnight. If you see lights down in the house, you know what I'm doing. I'm throwing the house up for Christmas because you make me wait an entire month to celebrate Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
So I would tease my mother-in-law. I'm like, why? Why did he have to be born on Thanksgiving? Can he be born? I don't know. October 31st. So I could start decorating in November.
Yes.
You could be the same answer every year. You go,
Yes. Because
yeah,
I
okay.
start
Yeah, that's okay.
decorating
Let's
my
get it
house.
done.
Yeah. I start decorating my house the day after Halloween. November
I have
1st,
two
everything
Christmas.
goes up.
I have two Christmas decorations. He doesn't know about it yet. I have that. And if Santa's snow globe that I bought for my dad at work, I should keep it there hidden until the birthday is over. Okay, Logan, I'm gonna wrap up the podcast. So I'd like to
Okay.
give a few minutes to do. If you have any questions or comments, this is your floor.
All right. Well, here, I want to make sure because I think, oh, I don't, okay, I got 5% on my phone. We should be all right.
Okay,
I just wanted to make sure it didn't like cut off and we didn't get to
yeah,
say bye.
definitely.
Um, the floor is open to me. I have to give a huge, shout out and thanks to my family for being very supportive in all of my crazy adventures. I have pulled so many, so many emotions from people. But everybody is, they couldn't be more happy. Even my fiance, she loves that I get to do this and that it's something that I love to do. Um, and then kind of tying back in with the beginning of it. So with photography, I dabble in cinematography as well. So being able to kind of maybe make my own films in a way. And then I have so many other great friends who are very creative and talented. Um, I I can't wait to be able to share things with them and create things. And I I've enjoyed everything that I've been able to accomplish and all the opportunities that I've been given. So far things have been going great, and I'm very happy that I I get everything. I get the opportunities that I get. I'm kind of stepping over my previous statements, but um, yeah, I mean, I you know I think that's all I got. um,
Well, again, I really appreciate connecting with you and trying to find a time out of the busy schedule and all that. The show is wrapped up and you're like doing prep or traveling. So I really appreciate finding the time to have this funny conversation and just to listen about your journey on finding Mr. Christmas.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate you. You are awesome. Thank you so much for being, a fan of the show and wanting to talk to us. That means so much to all of us that you are all interested in learning about us and then behind the scenes and then our lives and how everything went and what we think. And it's very sweet of you that you took the time as well to, want to do all that because not a lot of people, they'll watch it or they'll like it or it's not everybody wants to do that and I thank you as well and thank you for my time crunch of I know we jumped slots so many times and then I booked this project that I'm on and I totally forgot about it because I'm here for the next week and then I film another movie in December and yeah, it's been a lot. And then with the press and everything too, and interviews, oh my gosh, it's a lot.
Definitely, definitely. I know how that is for the episode and lead up to the end of the Finding Mr. Christmas. So all the guys are doing practice, traveling. So I try to catch many guys as I can. So I'm still
Yeah.
waiting on a blue. So hopefully I don't melt on the next couple of podcasts and for whoever I interview.
Hopefully not. Hopefully you land them all and yeah, and get them on here.
Well, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holidays in December, Logan.
Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday and happy Thanksgiving as well. And I was just gonna say something else. Dang it, I forget. But thank you so much. You've been excellent, and stay in touch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one, Logan.
Thank you so much. You too. Good
Bye.
night. Bye.